Welcome, race fans, to Charlotte tonight with the Mach Speed Racing League turning 90 laps with the Chevy trucks. This is going to be a good one here. We're coming down close to the season end. I was going to, real quick here, go over the points. Nick Taylor leading the points right now by 4 points over Tyler Stanley. Kyle Meeks 9 points back. Just to kind of let you know, these guys have designated on the end of their names is their position in the points as of tonight, coming into tonight's race. So if you see a P1 or a P2 or P3 on the end of their name, that means that is their position in the points. So just something for you to kind of keep an eye on for tonight. So but anyhow, thanks for joining us here on MaxSpeedTV, and we're going to get ready here for a great race put on by Mach Speed Racing. So let's stay tuned here, folks, and watch them practice. They got about just a few more minutes here, about 15 more minutes of practice, and then we'll head over to qualifying. And so hang loose, folks. Stay with us. All right, folks, just about 4 minutes left here in practice, so we'll stay with them here. We're going to play our national anthem a little early. Carrie is going to be leading everyone around for the qualifying lap, so we'll get that out of the way before they get to qualifying. So just give us here about another 2 minutes, and we will play our national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, folks, as they're lining up here, we're going to go ahead and get on our pace car. Kerry Woodward, the pace leader here, going to lead them around to kick off qualifying. So kicking off qualifying. Kerry Woodward will stay right on these guys, and he'll take them into pit road, and everybody will be ready to rock and roll here on the pace lap and get qualifying underway. Alright, Kerry's on pit road. That kicks off the group to take off here, and qualifying is underway, folks. Lehman right on the top right now. All right, Nick Taylor taking the top spot so far. These guys continue to go out here. I'm not sure exactly how many minutes they do have of qualifying, but forgot to check. 3 races remaining after tonight. And as I said, the ones with the P numbers behind their names is the position they are in the points as of tonight, coming into tonight's race. Nick Taylor there, P1. Dustin Kinnaman, P12. Dwayne Dunn, P9. Brian Brewer, P10. Tyler Stanley, P2. Nathan Miller, P7. And Brian Timbrell, P8 there in the top 10. Those that don't have the number beside their name are not in the chase. These are just the drivers that are in the chase. Top 12 drivers in the chase with 3 races remaining after tonight. Take a look here. A couple other ones that did qualify. There's a few of them that did not qualify yet. But I wanted to look at the points one more time here, folks. Maybe. Won't let me click on it. What the heck's going on with that? weird things going on. I don't know what's going on there. Weird. Well, hopefully it's all right now, but let's see if we can get through this another time here. Tommy Lee on the top spot now. Anyhow, I was going to click on the points here, and I don't know, things are acting kind of strange here tonight for some odd reason. There's the points. Okay, but Nick Taylor on the top spot there, 4 points ahead of Tyler Stanley. Kyle Meeks in third, Teddy Wisniewski fourth, Lee Sandville fifth, Brock Hubble sixth, Nathan Miller seventh, Brian Timbrell eighth, Dwayne Dunn ninth, Brian Brewer 10th, Mark Robertson moved up one spot from last week there to 12th or 11th, and Dustin Kinman moved back to 12th. Okay, so Tommy Lee still on the top spot. Nick Taylor second. Tommy Lee goes in here tonight wanting to win again. Won last week. Want to lay down another good race this week. He's not in the chase. Alright, bear with me for a minute here, folks. Something ugly's going on and I don't know what it is. I don't like it. I'm going to try this, starting this one more time. Sorry about this. I don't know what's going on with it. Kind of acting strange tonight. Alright, maybe we got it fixed. I don't know. Everything seems to act kind of strange from time to time, but alright, we're back here. Tommy Lee on the top spot. These guys are still out here qualifying. Still got a few more minutes of qualifying left. And we see a few guys jumbling around here, different positions coming in into the top 10. Let's see what the next 10 holds. Michael Feliciano there at 11th. Brian Timbrell, the P8 position in 12th. Brock Hubble in P6, starting in 13th. Kyle Meeks way back in 19th position, did not qualify yet, so very interesting. Lee Sandville did not qualify. Mark Robertson did not qualify. A few guys I have not seen. Teddy Wisniewski out there tonight, and he's in the points chase, but I think he's 3rd or 4th in the points chase, so I'm not sure why he's not in there. Qualifying is over, so we'll be heading to the grid here in just a minute, folks, so stay with me. Don't go anywhere. Hopefully you got something to drink, something to snack on, and ready for the duration here. 90 laps are going to be turning here tonight at Charlotte. Well, fan favorite. Everybody kind of cut their teeth on this track, so to speak. And everybody's turned many, many laps here. We've all done it in our rookie days, and it's really... a lot of people turned a lot of laps on this track. Okay, we're going to head down here to the pace car, and we're going to run down through the grid here real quick and see where everybody is going to be starting. Okay, Tommy Lee with a 28.552 starting on the pole. Congratulations to him in the number 33. Nick Taylor, our P1 position coming into the race tonight in the 07, starting second. In 3rd place, Dustin Kinnaman in the number 12. 4th place, the 02 of Tyler Stanley. In 5th, the 39 of Dwayne Dunn. In 6th, the number 2 of Nathan Miller. In 7th, the 04 of James Lehman. In 8th, the number 66 of Brian Brewer. In 9th, the 23 of Richard Gonzalez. In 10th, the number 8 of Gary Lowe. In 11th, the 200 of Michael Feliciano. In 12th, the number 13 of Brian Timbrell. In 13th, Brock Hubble in the number 3. And in 14th, Craig Hawkins in the 25. Timothy Kelleher starting in the 15th spot in the number 4. In 16th, the 27 of Kyle Meeks. In 17th, the number 30 of Paul Berthwick. In 18th, the number 21 of Mark Robertson. In 19th, the 31 of John Dunn. In 21st, the number 7 of Brian Pager, and 22nd, the number 48 of Mark Nichols. Lee Stanville starting in the 23rd position in the number 22, and I think Kerry Woodward is adminning actually, so that'll round out the field. Okay, let's get back here to our pole sitter. Let me rephrase that. Pole sitter starting Tommy Lee. about ready to roll off of the grid here. All right, here we go. Not a huge field, but a pretty good sized one. They get wound up here. Pace car's bringing them around with the lights off, and that means we're going to be going green this time, folks. Weather coming into tonight, air temperature 65 degrees, track temperature 65 degrees, no wind, no humidity, pretty cool. Mile and a half around this track. Tommy Lee ready to kick off here and possibly lead the first lap. I don't know, we'll see. He's got some pretty tough competition right beside him. All right, pace car is in. And green, green, green. Tommy Lee brings the field around here into turn one. Dustin Kinnaman on the inside of Nick Taylor for second position. Nick Taylor fighting back on the high side, does keep that second position. Tyler Stanley in fourth. Dwayne Dunn in fifth. A little bit of racing going on. Oh, a little bump in there. Looks like James Lehman, or yes, James Lehman going to go way back. He gets into the wall, no caution. Keeps it off of everybody. Oh, people got to go through the grass to get away from him. Ooh, that could have been dangerous. But James Lehman already having damage, folks. All right, back up front, Tommy Lee starting to put a little distance on second place. Hey, Dan. People in YouTube chat here that enjoy watching here, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. A couple shout-outs that I want to give out to Pat. She is watching her son out here tonight. I believe that's Timothy Kelleher's mother, I believe. Be out there, she's watching, so hello Pat. And Abby, Colton, Leanna, Dan, Gyro, Sherelle, Joey, a few of the faithful viewers here on MaxSpeedTV, we thank you very, very much. Dustin Kinnaman back to third, falling back 2 seconds now behind the leader. Dwayne Dunn in fourth. I don't really see any major battles going on right now. Everybody kind of single file, trying to get some of these laps chewed down. As you know, pretty much every race that we watch and broadcast, we see a lot of people doing that. So, you know, that's a good, safe way. Try to get some of the laps chewed up before you start battling. This track really not 3 wide friendly. 2 wide is acceptable, and you got to be able to pass somewhere. And if it stays green, we'll probably be looking for pit stops around 48 to 50 laps in. They can make it about 48 to 50 laps, so if it stays green, 90 laps, they can make it on 1 pit stop. Michael Feliciano in 9th place. Gary Lowe 10th, working his way up in there. Brock Hubble coming into 11th. Brian Timbrell 12th. Mark Robertson in 13th. Mark, our Canadian buddy there, shout out to him. Running the red maple leaf on the hood of that truck. 100% Canadian, Mark. Paul Berthwick in 14th. Timothy Kelleher 15th. Craig Hawkins 16th. Quite a ways back in the Interstate Battery Chevrolet. Putting down some good laps here, running about a 29 flat. Brian Pager in 17th. Better get back up front because Nick Taylor's starting to put the pressure on Tommy Lee. Running just a couple of tenths off of the bumper of Tommy Lee. And Dustin Kinnaman's starting to reel them guys back in. He's cut that time down to 1.5 seconds. The leader may be already starting to feel a little pressure here. Dwayne Dunn in 4th place, and he's got company with Tyler Stanley, and them two get really close. Tyler Stanley up in the ducket in behind Dwayne Dunn, and Dwayne gets into the wall, but he saves it. Wow, great save, Dwayne. That could have been really disastrous. Good save by them guys, man. I'm telling you, that was an amazing save by Dwayne Dunn. Brian Brewer did get by Tyler Stanley, though. He goes into the 5th place. And now his next victim as he pulls out to try to get a run on Dwayne Dunn going into turn 3. Side by side with him. If he can hold that line, Dwayne is stuck up on the high side, and we may have Tyler Stanley get by him as well, and he has not completed the pass yet, but boy, what a battle that was. And I don't know, Dwayne Dunn could be, oh, up into the wall. We got our first wreck, Nathan Miller. Oh, this isn't going to be good. Not good, folks. First caution of the race. Let's go back and take a look at that, man. That looked pretty bad. Looked like Nathan Miller might have snuck up on the high side there. Got his nose up on the high side here, trying to get away from Dwayne Dunn. And I'm not sure, maybe Dwayne didn't quite have that his truck under control yet, or did not know that Nathan Miller was there. And those two get into the wall. So, and it looks like Richard Gonzalez slips by, but Nathan Miller comes down the hill and gets into Feliciano. And that's going to tear him up as well. It looks like he is trying to save it. But he gets into the wall a little bit. And Brock Hubble hits Nathan Miller. So now, the thing of it is, no resets here tonight, folks. No resets. No resets at all. And I don't know if the leaders are going to come down pit road. Yes, they are coming down pit road, folks, as we speak. Tommy Lee and company coming down pit road. Now it looks like Tyler Stanley may have stayed out just to lead a lap. And I believe, yes, he does get scored for leading a lap. So far, the only one that has led a lap is Tommy Lee. And now that's changed. So probably be a 4-tire change and top out the fuel. First caution out on lap 12, folks. All right, leaders come out just about as the way they went in. All right, let's get up to the leader, Tyler Stanley. Richard Gonzalez stays out as well. He will be second. Hey Wagner, how you doing? Okay, looks like Richard Gonzalez and Tyler Stanley come down pit road, so that will give the lead back to Tommy Lee. And Nick Taylor going to be second, Dustin Kinnaman third, Brian Brewer fourth, Craig Hawkins fifth, Mark Robertson up to sixth, Tyler Stanley seventh, It looks like Craig Hawkins only did a 2-tire change, folks. We'll have to see how that works out for him. He's driving the Interstate Battery Chevrolet tonight, and he was only on pit road there for just a brief time. I was going to look here for just a quick second. Some of the pit stops that were made, Craig Hawkins only on pit road for 8.411 seconds. So that's a 2-tire change. And we got a couple guys back here maybe that didn't even stop. Pretty much everybody else with 4-tire change or more. So, all right. So back up front, our leader, Tommy Lee. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, he probably did miss his pit stall. Yeah. Well, looks like we've got a few of them still sitting on pit road. Gary Lowe, Nathan Miller, Brock Hubble, and Timothy Kelleher still sitting on pit road with damage. And we're about to go green again here, folks. Lights are off on the pace car. Everybody doubling up. As I said, you know, with no resets, these guys have got to really be careful. Cautions like that we don't want to see for sure. Alright, Tommy Lee about to ready to unleash him again. Here's a pace car, dives on pit road, and we're ready to go, folks. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to get some more racing going. Green, green, green. Dustin Kinnaman, man, he has been really good on these restarts. Oh, and he just blinked out. Nice. And it looks like he does get by Nick Taylor this time. On them brand new tires, boy, bravery is out the window, folks. Everybody's got them fresh, brand new feel goods on there. And, man, you see these guys drive harder than they've ever drove. Craig Hawkins now into 5th with them 2 tires that he changed. Mark Robertson 6th. And Lee Sandville moving way up to the 7th spot. Good run for him. Paul Berthwick, looks like he gets by Mark Nichols, and now he goes heading for Tyler Stanley. Well, let's ride along with them here for just a quick minute. He looks just a little to the inside of Tyler Stanley going into turn 1 with a pretty good run here, folks. Not enough to get by Tyler, though. Tyler pushing Lee Sandville down the backstretch. But he's going to have to give up and let Paul go by. And Lee Sandville, too. So Paul Berthwick on the move. Moves into 7th now. Tyler Stanley coming right with him. Mark Nichols also. So Lee Sandville is going backwards. Man, what's going on with Lee? He is going backwards like everybody's going by him. I don't know what happened to Lee's car or truck there. Man, everybody just going by him. Maybe he just backed out, didn't like what was going on up there. I don't know. Our leader is still Tommy Lee, cruising along here. Getting a little company up there with Dustin Kinnaman, and now Nick Taylor looking to the inside. Nick Taylor moving into the 2nd position. Hasn't quite completed that pass, but he's trying hard, folks. Nick Taylor right behind Tommy Lee now. Dustin Kinnaman right there on the high side. Them two door to door down the backstretch. Man, this is wild here. This is some great racing. And this is the kind of racing you're going to see here at Charlotte. This is amazing racing right here. Folks, make sure you get your friends and family over here to watch with us, man. This is going to be a good race. Mock Speed knows how to put on a good show. I assure you, if you've never watched any of their races before, I'm telling you what, you're in for a treat right here. These guys know how to get it done. And it looks like Nick Taylor does take up that position. Dustin Kinnaman back to third. Brian Brewer fourth. Craig Hawkins fifth. And they put quite a bit of distance on Paul Berthwick. He's back about a second behind Craig Hawkins now. But he's starting to chop that time down a little bit. Tyler Stanley also back here a little ways. Mark Robertson in eighth. Mark needs to try to get a good finish here. He's running P11 right now coming into tonight with the points. And he needs to get a good finish here tonight to try to get up on into points. Only 3 races remaining in their season after tonight. Next week they'll be going to Michigan. So that'll be a good race. That's always a good race. Mark Nichols having a good day out here today, running in 9th. And Richard Gonzalez 10th. It looks like, whoa, we got a pass for the lead as Nick Taylor gets by Tommy Lee. Nick Taylor going into the lead, folks. All right, we'll go back here and check on Nathan Miller as he finally got back off the pit road, but he is going to be about 8 laps down to the leader. Once he crosses the line here, he'll be 8 laps down. Another one well off the pace was caught up in that wreck was Brock Hubble. James Lehman also's got damage, but it looks like he's got a little bit of it fixed up. And these guys driving on by. Michael Feliciano has got damage. He was caught up into that wreck too. So his truck probably being a little shorter than it was earlier. And he's dog tracking down the road a little bit too. So he is definitely struggling with a very ill handling truck right now, I assure you. We can go down here a little closer and you can see he's just really struggling with that thing dog tracking. So I hate it for him, man. That's a bummer to see these guys have that much trouble, but you know, that early. Lee Sandville back in 14th, well, fell way back after that restart. Tyler Stanley in 5th place, our P2 driver, but the P1 driver in the lead, trying to capitalize on this and maybe get a better points lead. Right now, coming into tonight, he only has a 4-point advantage over Tyler Stanley. So pretty close battle there. It always seems to be a close battle here at Mock Speed. Anyhow, as I said, folks, get your friends and family in here to watch this race, man. Have them sign up on Google or whatever and have them join us here for a good show. Gary Lowe still sitting on pit road trying to get damage fixed up. And they still will have to stop for one more pit stop. Maybe we'll see some green flag pit stops. I love green flag pit stops. It kind of puts everything into the hands of the driver, and maybe we can see mistakes. I don't know. Paul Berthwick on the move, gets up to the 4th place. Dustin Kinnaman goes back to 5th, and he's quite a ways back too. Richard Gonzalez and Kyle Meeks moving to get by Mark Robertson to put Mark back to another place. Let's see, Kyle Meeks is in 9th right now, and he needs to get by Mark Robertson. can't quite get it done right now, but boy, I'll tell you what, Richard Gonzalez is really putting the pressure on Mark Robertson right now. Mark cannot afford to make a mistake to fall back any further in them points. He's P11 right now, but he's still having a good run here tonight as long as everything stays clean. Mark Nichols right behind them, watching this all happen out his windshield. Let's ride along with Mark here for just a minute and see all this happening. And how about we crank it up, folks? All right, so Mark Nichols gets back by Richard Gonzalez and goes into the 9th place. And also Mark Robertson held all them guys off and stays ahead of Kyle Meeks. Paul Berthwick now moves into the 3rd spot. The next one in line would be Tommy Lee. He needs to get by. That could be a little bit of trouble right there. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a good way. That could be a good race for Paul to try to get by Tommy. Tommy's been pretty fast. He's already led 23 laps tonight. Well, thank you, Dan. Appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. Yeah, it is a good race. This is a great race, actually. This is really, really awesome. All right, Dustin Kinnaman way back here, 3 seconds off of the leader. And he's about to get company here with Tyler Stanley. Mark Robertson moving into the picture now, and Kyle Meeks. Gonzalez falling back to the 10th spot. Not sure if he's maybe just got them tires a little bit warm. Craig Hawkins in the Interstate Battery Chevrolet back here in 11th. 6.7 seconds off of the leader, and he's got a little bit of right front damage on that truck, folks. Maybe we can get down here a little closer and can see the damage on that right front fender. Pretty heavy duty. So it doesn't seem to be affecting his speed too awful much, but enough where he does have to lift off of the throttle a little bit in the turn. Dwayne Dunn right behind him, and Dwayne's got quite a bit of damage. Yes, sir. Every night we're here. Glad you could all tune in for it, man. This is great. Okay, as Tommy Lee now starts battling Paul Berthwick. And this is what I was talking about right here. It looks like Paul's got a good run on Tommy Lee. But Tommy Lee just not giving up without a fight here. He knew coming into tonight he was going to have some tough competitors. I don't know if he really realized how tough this was going to be, but side by side with Paul Berthwick as they come real close to touching right there. Paul's got to let Tommy go, or boy, they were going to get together for sure. Brian Brewer now right on the tail of Paul Berthwick. And looking back, a long ways back to 5th place, Tyler Stanley. And boy, I'll tell you what, them guys are battling it up. Let's go back here and take a look at this as Tyler Stanley gets by and Mark Robertson gets by Dustin Kinnaman. So they're moving up into the field. Mark in 6th, Kyle Meeks in 7th, and Kinnaman back to 8th. And now Richard Gonzalez comes up on the inside of Kinnaman. Back up front here, Tommy Lee trying to retake the lead away from Nick Taylor. He's feeling the pressure of Paul Berthwick and Brian Brewer, and I'm telling you, he's either got to get moving here or he's going to wind up losing position. So side by side with these guys. Let's ride along here with Paul Berthwick for a minute. Well, I'll tell you what, how about we ride along with Brian Brewer, because Brian's got a very good view of this whole thing right out his windshield. Tommy Lee retakes the lead on lap 44. Paul Berthwick goes into second. Brian Brewer up beside Nick Taylor now. So Nick going backwards. Back to fourth. We're probably going to be looking at pit stops here probably in the next 15 laps, I would say, would be about my guess. They had the first caution earlier there. I see tire smoke up ahead of these guys. Looks like, okay, somebody getting the Interstate's battery car. What happened to him? That was Craig Hawkins. I wonder if we could go back and see what happened to Craig. I'm not sure. He got into the wall here somewhere. They're still under green, so let's see if we can figure out what happened to Craig. Boy, he's got a lot of damage on that truck. And he didn't have any damage a little bit ago. Looks like maybe he got into the wall here coming off. Yes, he did. He got into the wall, folks, coming off of turn 2. Wow. He got into a pretty heavy duty. It looks like he had some damage before that, but got into it again. Probably really struggling with a tight truck right now. But he's back underway, back on pit road. And Tommy Lee still out front, Paul Berthwick second. Hey Bill, how you doing? Tyler Stanley now 4.2 seconds back in 5th place. Kyle Meeks gets by Mark Robertson to go into 6th. Mark in 7th, and now he's got Richard Gonzalez up there with him again. Them two have been battling for quite a while now. Gonzalez got by Mark Nichols and Dustin Kinnaman. He was in 10th just a few laps ago, and he must have got by them guys. So Kinnaman now back in 10th place, a long ways back. And he's up there with James Lehman. James 2 laps down, or 1 lap down maybe. See what he did when he crosses the stripe. Yeah, 1 lap down in 15th spot. Feliciano in 16th, sitting on pit road. Well, getting tires, looks like. Making his probably final pit stop of the race. Craig Hawkins on pit road. Nathan Miller in 18th. A few laps down trying to get caught back up. But the leader's not far behind him. Will be coming up on him pretty good. Pretty good click here, sorry. Get a little tongue-tied sometimes. You know how that is. The leaders go by here. Paul Berthwick still in second. Nick Taylor third. Brian Brewer falling off just a touch. And it's a long ways back to Kyle Meeks, and he is starting to reel them guys up, but he is 4.6 seconds behind the leader right now. Tyler Stanley in 6th. Those two battling for points, for position in the points. One being P2 and the other one being P3. So that's definitely a points battle going on between them two right there. Oh man, Tyler Stanley gets real close right there to Craig Hawkins. That could have been bad. Mark Robertson in 7th. And still up front here, boy, we've got a pretty good battle going on. Tommy Lee and Paul Berthwick. And now Nick Taylor reeling up Paul Berthwick. Berthwick's fallen off with Tommy Lee a little bit. Just a couple of tenths. Yeah, it's been some great racing, that's for sure, Dan. Brian Timbrell, last one on the lead lap. Not far from being lapped, though. Only about 8 seconds ahead of the leader. Looks like Mark Robertson. Let's see, Mark. Where the heck did he go? Mark Robertson in 7th place. Tyler Stanley 6th. Kyle Meeks 5th. Paul Berthwick coming down pit road. His final pit stop of the day. That puts Nick Taylor in 2nd. Let's follow along with Berthwick here and see what he does, folks. Probably be a 4-tire change. I don't think anybody's going to want to try that 2-tire change. Craig Hawkins tried it. Didn't seem to work out too good for him. Oh, 2-tire change for Paul Berthwick. So there you go. All right, Tommy Lee still out there turning laps. Brian Brewer now in 2nd, 1.1 seconds back. So we're waiting to see if when Tommy Lee's going to break that plane of pit road, folks. All right, looks like here he comes down pit road. Tommy Lee on pit road, folks. Let's see what he does. Brian Brewer coming right along with him. That gives the lead up to Kyle Meeks, and that'll be the first lap Kyle Meeks has led today, folks. Getting them valuable points means a lot to these guys. So Brian Brewer, Tommy Lee in pit road, right side tires going on. Let's see if we do a 2-tire or 4-tire change. Well, looks like a 4-tire change for Tommy Lee and Brian Brewer. That could be a game changer for these guys. All right, so the next one we're going to be watching is Kyle Meeks. He's going to have to come down pit road pretty quick. We're coming to 30 to go here before too much longer, folks. So, boy, this is when it's going to really start getting good, and we were watching to see if anybody make a mistake on pit road. So far, I haven't seen anybody make a mistake, but that doesn't mean that they haven't. They could have, and I just didn't see it. Kyle Meeks, one of the Pennsylvania boys. Mark Robertson in 2nd, staying out there long enough. I think he's hoping Kyle Meeks may pit, and Mark could get that point for leading a lap. He's got Mark Nichols on his tail. And Dwayne Dunn back in 4th place. Lee Sandville 5th. Brian Timbrell, last one on the lead lap. And again, like I said, these guys have all got a pit one more time, I believe. So we'll have to see how that's going to work. James Lehman in 7th, 1 lap down. But we're waiting to see when Kyle Meeks is going to come down pit road, our leader. Yeah, it is pretty good. That was painted by a good friend of mine, and man, he did an awesome job painting that. The MaxSpeedTV truck. Pretty cool looking truck. Kyle Meeks still pulling away from Mark Robertson in 2nd. Mark now 2.9 seconds behind Kyle. Mark Nichols still in 3rd. And it looks like he got a pretty good run as Mark Robertson got into the wall. That's a good inclination right there, folks, that he needs tires on that truck bad. I don't think he got any damage on it. I think it was just a brush on the wall because I don't see any damage. But it's a good inclination that he does need new tires. And we may see Mark, yes, he is heading for pit road now. Mark giving up that 3rd spot, saying, man, I just cannot hang with these guys. All right, back up to the leader. Kyle Meeks now has a 3.6 second advantage over Mark Nichols in second. Dwayne Dunn back about 7 seconds off of the leader. Lee Sandville in fourth. James Lehman seventh, and he is 1 lap down. So right now we've only got 6 trucks on the lead lap. Make that 5. Remember, Paul Berthwick here only did 2 tire change for Paul, and we're going to see how that's going to work out for him compared to Tommy Lee right now with a 4 tire change. I don't know. We'll have to see how long he can hold off. Oh, Mark Nichols down on pit road, giving up that spot. He's going to give up a second spot. Boy, we had a close call right there on pit road, folks. I'm going to go back here. I want to see what happened there. As Mark Nichols comes down pit road, it looked like James Lehman comes down pit road too. And this is under green flag conditions. And I don't believe they got together, but boy, they were really wiggly right there. Oh, James Lehman collecting the commitment cone. Wow, that was pretty close. Good save for him, though. Mark Nichols back out. Kyle Meeks still on the track. We're waiting to see when he's coming down pit road, folks. He's still out there plugging away. Dwayne Dunn in second, 7.8 seconds back. Lee Sandville in third, 8.1 seconds back. Those 3 are the only ones on the lead lap right now, but I believe all 3 of them are going to have to pit. Looks like Mark Nichols coming down pit road again. May have got a speeding penalty, folks. That's unfortunate for him. That's going to pretty much cost him the race. Doggone it, Mark. Doggone it. Okay, so Paul Berthwick in fourth, and he's got with 2 tire change, and Tommy Lee with a 4 tire change right behind him in fifth. These guys could regain the lead here when Kyle Meeks does come down pit road. We're still watching for him to come down pit road. Gosh, I don't believe he can make it the whole way on that tank of fuel, but you know, weirder things have happened. Now, he has been on pit road a couple of times, but I don't know. I'm not sure when he. Yeah, they could all use a caution right now, but boy, wouldn't that change up things? Wow. Well, Dwayne Dunn out there, 18.1 or 8 seconds. He's coming down pit road, so the only one that has not come down pit road yet is Kyle Meeks, and he's staying out. That's going to change everything because Paul Berthwick now will go into second. Tommy Lee third. And Nick Taylor fourth. So Nick has caught them too and stayed right with them, knowing that when Kyle Meeks comes down pit road, they're going to get their lap back and be able to regain the lead. So this could be a battle for between them 3 trucks right there. And yes, Kyle Meeks is on pit road, and that's good news for Paul Berthwick and everybody because they're going to be at the tail end of the lead lap. And here comes Tommy Lee for the pass for the lead. Remember, he's got 4 tires on that, and Berthwick's only did a 2 tire change. Kyle Meeks is off of pit road, but these guys are coming with a full head of steam. I don't know if Kyle Meeks is going to be able to stay out ahead of them. He's coming around here on the backstretch, trying to get up to speed. What happened to Kyle Meeks? He may have got a speeding penalty too. Oh, that's going to hurt big time. Here comes Tommy Lee on the high side as he passes up Paul Berthwick, and this is for the lead, folks. He takes over the lead, and we've got 19 laps to go. Boy, this is going to end really hot. Boy, I'm telling you, this is going to be good. Paul Berthwig in second now with them 2 tires. Nick Taylor in third. And Nick did a 4-tire change too. And I believe he's probably saving them tires right here, probably for a late race battle between them 3. Let's go back. Brian Brewer in 4th place, 6.4 seconds off the leader. Tyler Stanley, our P2 driver, coming into the race tonight in 5th place. Richard Gonzalez in 6th. As a lot of these guys got back on the lead lap after Kyle Meeks pitted. And I'm not exactly sure what happened to Kyle Meeks, because now he is a lap down. And I'm sure it was probably, yes, it had to have been a speeding penalty, because he spent 15 seconds on pit road. And that's what you get for speeding down pit road. And it almost looks like he's going to come down pit road again. I'm not really sure what's going on with Kyle Meeks. He was the P3 driver. Yes, he's coming down pit road again. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with him, but we're going to stay on our leaders up here, because this is the battle that we need to watch here for the win. We got 16 laps remaining, folks. All right, Brian Brewer 6.6 seconds behind him. That's a long ways back. Tommy Lee still in the lead just by a tenth as Paul Berthwig stays right on his bumper, but 2 tires, I just don't know how long he's going to be able to hang with Tommy Lee, and it looks like he might be fading just a little. Let's ride along with Nick Taylor here for just a minute and watch this battle here, because this is going to be the battle for the win here, because they're coming to 13 to go this time by, folks. I don't know, he seems to be hanging right there with Tommy Lee pretty good. We'll see here in a little bit. See if he's got anything to hang there with them 2 out here, Nick Taylor and Tommy Lee with 4 tires and Paul with 2. I'll tell you, if he does, man, that was a great call on his part. Great call. You hear him lifting a little bit in the corners as Paul is right there on the back bumper. I'm telling you, you can't get a whole lot closer than Paul is right now. And Paul with them 2 tires is really putting the pressure on Tommy Lee. But how long can he keep the pressure on him? We got 11 laps to go, folks. How long is it going to be before them tires fall off? We don't know. Maybe he'll hang right there to the end and bring it home second. Man, that'll be an absolutely great finish. For a 2-tire change, that was really awesome. Let's crank it up one more time, folks, before the race is over here. How's that? right, Tommy's still trying to fend them guys off. Let's go back and check on Brian Brewer back here in 4th place. And he's got company with Tyler Stanley on his tail. We only got 9 to go, 8 to go, folks. 8 more laps. Richard Gonzalez quite a ways back in 6th. Lee Sandville in 7th. These guys all still on the lead lap, but quite a ways back. Mark Robertson 18.2 seconds behind the leader. All right, Nick Taylor coming up on the inside of Paul Berthwick. And this is what 4 tires does for you. And he saved them tires to the end to battle Paul and takes over the 2nd position. Oh, and he gets into the wall. Him and Paul get together. Oh, that might not be over yet. Paul still right there on his bumper. Man, oh man, these guys are racing it up hard. They know it's coming to the end. Remember, Paul on 2 tires. Man, this is going to be a little difficult for him, but let's see if he can manage here. He gets a pretty good run on Nick, but I don't believe... Ew, boy, that could have been close right there. It looks like he may have taken over 2nd spot. Hasn't quite completed the pass just yet. Nick Taylor goes back to 3rd. Paul back up to 2nd. And while these guys are battling, Tommy Lee gets away by 0.8 of a second, and he's got 4 laps to go when they come to the line. Out there by 0.9 of a second over Paul Berthwick and Nick Taylor. Now Nick Taylor looks to the inside of Paul Berthwick again, going into 1. Let's see if them 4 tires are going to help or not. Can't quite get it done that time. Coming to 3 to go, folks. 3 more laps. When is he going to make the move? When is he going to be able to get by him? Tyler Stanley trying to hold off Brian Brewer. This is getting to be an interesting battle here. Brian with a little right front damage on that truck. I don't know if he's got enough to hang with the red hot machine. But Tommy Lee pulling away from Paul Berthwick and Nick Taylor. And 2 more laps, folks. 2 more laps to go. Been a great race. 1 caution. 1 caution tonight is all we had. Now Nick looking to the inside of Paul. And this could be for 2nd place. Can Paul hold him off with them 2 tires? I just don't know. With Nick trying to battle on the inside, he's using them tires up, and it's kind of making it an even playing field for these drivers. And man, I'm telling you, these guys, white flag is in the air, folks. 1 more lap. Can Nick do it? Can Paul hold him off? That's the big battle going on, but I got to get up here on the leader, folks, because we're about to see Tommy Lee bring it to victory lane. This is going to be an absolute great finish for him after what he went through to get there, battling back from way back in the field. Tommy Lee coming off of turn 4, crossing the finish line first. Congratulations to Tommy Lee. What a finish. What a finish, folks. And it looks like Paul did take up the 2nd spot. I wanted to actually look at the official results. Let me look at the official results here real quick. And we'll get down there in just a second and talk to the winner. Yes, Paul did hold off Nick, so great job, man. Wow. All right, let me see if we can get a hold of our winner here tonight. After the admins get done talking here. Tommy Lee, this is Rudy up in the MaxSpeedTV booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir.
Well, Tommy, you're bringing home for a victory here tonight, putting the MaxSpeedTV truck in victory lane. Congratulations. Man, that was one heck of a show. The three of you guys up there at the last few laps of the race, was you a little worried when you got a lap down, or did you figure that those other guys were going to have to pit eventually?
No, I mean, I knew everybody had to pit. I mean, there was no way possible we could make it. I was just praying that there wasn't going to be a caution to come out and pin us a lap down. First and foremost, I got to take my hat off to Paul and Nick both. All the laps since we pitted, the hard racing, the clean racing. I mean, if I could do that for 1,000,000 laps, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Them two guys right there are class act right there. Clean racing, give everybody room. Great job on both of them.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tommy, it was a great show to watch you three battling like that and putting on a great show, and a great show by everybody. I don't want to leave anybody out of that. Everybody put on a great race here today. A lot of good battling going on around the track, but you guys definitely were out there putting on the show for sure. Well, you led 56 laps here tonight. Congratulations on your win, Tommy, and anybody else you want to shout out to?
Kerry and Gary and the guys over here in the league putting it on. Of course, you up in the broadcast booth had to stream on, but great as normal. And like I say, just again to Nick and Paul, congratulations on second and third. That was some real good, clean, hard racing. I'll be glad to do it anytime. Y'all just let me know.
Okay, Tommy, thanks, sir. Thanks for talking with us, and again, congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Paul Barthwick, you got a copy?
I copy.
Well, Paul, you come in second. Congratulations. Boy, what a battle you and Nick were having there at the very end. Walk us through some of them battles. Now, I did notice that you only took a 2-tire change on that last pit stop. Was you worried that maybe that wasn't a good call?
No, I wasn't worried at all. I was just keeping track of my times, just being consistent, saving tires at the same time, and just picking trucks off one by one. My spotter, he's like, you got to take 4. You're not going to make the whole race. And I just told him, give me 2 tires, fuel, and I'm gone. And I didn't think it was actually going to work, but it did. And it was a great battle between me, Tommy, and Nick. It was by far the best racing I've seen on here for a long time. And my hat's off to Tommy for the good win. He earned it, and I gave him a run for his money. Nick Taylor as well. I was going to let him by, but I figured I might as well give him a good battle for it, and it paid off, and just a great race out of everybody.
Well, I couldn't agree more. It was a great race. Good to see you out there again, Paul. Congrats on your second place, man. You and Nick battling like that. I wish I could have stayed on you for the remainder of the race, but I had to get up on the leader to take the victory here today. But, man, that was some great racing by all three of you guys and the whole field. The whole field just absolutely put on the best show that I've seen in quite a while. So congratulations to all of you. But congratulations on your second place, Paul, and anybody you want to thank.
I want to thank MaxSpeedTV for put on these races and great races as well. And broadcast from MaxSpeedTV Racing. Great broadcast, guys. I appreciate everything you guys do for both the leagues and also all the drivers that are watching the broadcast and also participating in these races. Hell of a broadcast, hell of a race, hell of a show. That's all I need. And again, hats off to Tommy. Great win, buddy. You really deserve it.
Okay, Paul, thanks for talking with us, buddy. And again, congratulations on second place.
Thank you.
Nick Taylor, you got a copy?
Copy your reading.
Well, Nick, you come into tonight knowing that you needed to finish ahead of Tyler Stanley to maintain that points lead. I don't know what that's going to change it a little bit, not much. You didn't gain a whole lot on him. He finished 1 spot behind you, but P1, you know, going into next week, looking at Michigan with a great battle tonight. Walk us through some of the battle with Paul there on them last closing laps.
Well, I had heard that he had took 4 tires, or 2 tires, and I figured he would be a little bit slower than what he was, and I'd be able to get around him. But I know he's a really good racer, so he knows how to manage his equipment. And I just, I got on his inside, and I didn't want to just let him have it, because you can't lay down like that. You got to go after it.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, it was a heck of a show out there tonight, Nick. You hang on to the points, though. That's the main thing. You're looking at the big picture overall, knowing what you got to do to get this championship. With 3 races left, how do you think you're going to look for the next 3 races? You think you got a good set and ready to get this championship behind you?
Yeah, I mean, we're still working on the set, and I feel like I'm in the best position I could be in, but you got to go out and you got to perform, and it's a tough group of drivers, and they put the bar pretty high, so we'll see.
Absolutely, Nick. I couldn't agree more, man. You guys put on a heck of a show tonight. I know it was a tough battle there with Paul, and with him only taking 2 tires and hanging on as well as he did, man, I'll tell you what, that was amazing. Amazing job by him fighting you off like that when you took 4. So, well, congratulations on your 3rd spot, Nick, and anybody else you want to shout out to or thank.
Well, I got to congratulate Tommy for winning the race, and Paul. I mean, it's such a great show running, and to run with them guys, it's such a high caliber group of guys, and I got to thank my girlfriend who came over, and she watched me race, and thank Carrie, MaxSpeed Racing, and Gary, and everybody that puts it together. It's so much fun to come out here and put on a good show like that.
Absolutely. Okay, Nick, well, thanks a lot, buddy, and again, congratulations on your 3rd spot tonight.
Thank you.
All right, let's run down through the results here. Tommy Lee did lead 56 laps. Nick Taylor led 18. Paul never did lead a lap tonight. Came close a couple of times, but never did lead a lap. Tyler Stanley led 1, and Kyle Meeks led 15, but Kyle finished way back in the field. I'm not sure exactly what all happened to him. But anyhow, let's run down through the results here. Okay, Tommy Lee winning here tonight. Paul Berthwick 2nd, Nick Taylor 3rd, Tyler Stanley 4th, Brian Brewer 5th, Richard Gonzalez 6th, Lee Sandville 7th, Mark Robertson 8th, Dwayne Dunn 9th, Dustin Kinnaman 10th. Brian Pager comes in 11th, James Lehman 12th, Mark Nichols 13th, Michael Feliciano 14th, Brian Timbrell 15th, Kyle Meeks finishing 16th, Nathan Miller in 17th, Brock Hubble 18th, Craig Hawkins 19th, and Gary Lowe 20th. Timothy Kelleher finishing, rounding out the field there in 21st position. So, all right, well, again, congratulations to our winner here, Tommy Lee, tonight for MaxSpeed Racing. Thanks for tuning in tonight at MaxSpeedTV. We appreciate it very, very much. And we will see you tomorrow night, late night tomorrow. Let's see. No, I'm sorry. It won't be late night. We will be doing Maximum Velocity here tomorrow night, and I believe they are at Talladega. So that'll be a great race, too. So tune in tomorrow night for that. And till then, folks, stay safe.